Welcome to another episode of Acro Yoga with Super Dave. Today's pose is throne. I'll teach you some variations for the flyers, some variation for the base, and transition from front plank into throne. Okay, for my flyer today I have Cecilia. There she is. Okay. So first I'll just teach you the regular mount into throne. This might be challenging for some because if you're happy baby or your hips are not open enough, then it could be challenging. So Cecilia's going to walk over my head here. Okay, I grab a hold of her ankle. And then this is where your hips have to be open enough for you to kind of bend the knees. So she starts to sit back. I want the back of my heels to align with the back of her bum. And then from here, I extend my legs. And then coming down, I grab onto her ankles. And then lower the feet down to the ground. Okay, now I'll show you some transitions from front plank into throne and a few variations for the flyer and base. Alright, Cecilia, come over here. Coming into front plank, I lift her up. So I'll indicate which hip for her to shift into by tapping her hand. So if I tap her right hand, she's going to shift over to her right hip. She's going to draw her left knee forward. I place my foot onto her sit bones. She places her foot on my shin. And then that way, when I bend my knee, she can sit up nice and straight. I grab to the base of her feet as I straighten out my legs. Okay, flyer variations. She can come into a twist. She'll take this leg into half lotus or figure four. Okay, and then she'll take her right hand onto her knee, left arm wraps behind her back. For those who can take half lotus, see if you can bind your left big toe with your left hand. And then she'll release her right foot down. And she'll do the other side, we'll just skip that part. For some variations for the base, some base calibrations, I can start to press. So I'm bending my elbows and my legs at the same time. Cecilia's just sitting pretty still for this posture. Okay, another variation, she shifts weight into her hip. I'll release the leg and I'll do one-legged press. And the flyer is just keeping their knees bent, maintaining their throne position. Okay. From here, she places her feet onto my shins. We're going to walk it back to front plank. She'll offer her hands to me. And then she'll take one leg back at a time. I place my foot onto her hip. Good. And then we come all the way back down. Finally, I want to show you an advanced transition in. Since we've been doing a lot of handstands lately, it'll be handstand, walk over into throne. All right, Cecilia, let's go. I haven't practiced this with Cecilia, so see how she does. All right. So you're going to place your hands to the ground. Okay, and then you're going to handstand in. I'm going to catch you all to the left bottom. Yep. Boom. Good. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Yeah, and then you start to lift yourself up. So I keep my knees bent, I give her a nice pull with her hands, and then she comes into throne. To come back down, we can do the same thing. I grab onto her feet, I bend my knees a lot, and she can drop back. Place her hands to the floor. Good. And then one leg at a time, she kicks out. Good. So that concludes our episode of Acro Yoga with Super Dave. Tune in tomorrow for our next Acro Yoga pose.